I'm here to see Sokrates?
Cassandra!
You know who I am?
Of course I do. Sokrates never stops talking about you.
And you are?
His wife, of course. I'm Xanthippe.
Sokrates never told me he had a wife.
Typical. The only time he's quiet is when he's eating. Yet he can't find time to mention me.
So where is Sokrates? I got a note that said to meet him here.
That's what I'd like to know. He went to another symposium last night, and he didn't come home after.
Sounds like a good place to start looking.
I was just about to head there myself. Come, keep me company.
How long have you and Sokrates been married?
It's been quite some time now.
What is it about him that you love so much?
Love is not a word I'd use. It frustrates me to no end.
That doesn't surprise me.
Even so, it's worth the frustration. His mind is like no other. Not to mention, he's quite a good lover.
That is not something I wanted to picture. It must be why Alcibiades seems so infatuated with him.
Don't mention that name around me. Always coming by drunk, sending Sokrates gifts like giant cakes.
I didn't know.
It's fine.
Xanthippe!
What is it?
Sokrates! They took him away. They said he was under arrest.
For what?
I have no idea. We were just talking after the symposium. I'd say go ask him yourself, but he'll be guarded. They took him southeast of here.
That fool! I knew this would happen to him one day.
I'll find him. Don't worry.
This is his doing. It's best to let these things run their course.
I can't believe Sokrates was arrested. I need to find out what happened.
Cassandra, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same.
Well, here I am. Though I'm more curious about how you are here. The guards let you in?
We've known each other a long time now. You know how I got in here.
You've taught me that the blade can sometimes be necessary. But I don't think this was one of those times.
I was worried about you.
Your care is appreciated, but if you had waited only a bit longer, I'm sure my trial would have taken place and I'd be free.
You're not going to trial. We're getting you out of here.
I understand your concern, but what good would escaping do other than prove I'm guilty? No. In fact, I'm looking forward to this trial.
You would go to trial just to prove you can convince them of your innocence?
Exactly. You have your ways to find excitement, and I have mine.
What were you arrested for?
I haven't the slightest idea.
And that doesn't bother you?
Sometimes understanding does not come at the moment we would like. More importantly, this is giving me the necessary time to think.
About?
I went to see the Pythia, and she told me there is none wiser than me. An intriguing thought, and one I've been unable to stop thinking about.
Sokrates, the Pythia is...
It matters not what you believe she is or she isn't. I must examine not only her words, but my own self as well. I know nothing, so how could I be called wise?
What does that have to do with being locked up?
I believe my time here and this trial may help me find the answer. I will be fine. Trust me.
I've known you for a while now.
That's true.
And you'd call us friends?
I would.
And friends share important things with one another. Is that so?
It is.
Then how did I not know you were married? From what you just said, that means either we're not friends, or that friends don't share with one another. So, which is it?
I've wondered how much of our conversation you've taken to heart. And now, I have my answer.
Were you doing anything when you got arrested?
If speaking my mind is worth imprisonment, then I suppose I was.
In the future, you may want to be more careful.
You risk life and limb every time you draw your blade. Just because it's my tongue that is sharp, doesn't mean I'm not prepared to face the consequences of using it.
Since you won't leave with me, I'll go see the Pythia myself.
That's not necessary.
I'll find out why she told you that. I won't let you go to trial, even if you think you'll be found innocent.
Ah, Cassandra, you...
I'll come back when I have what I need. Best stay out of sight.
Oh no, not you.
You remember me?
Just go. I'm too old for this.
There might be a bit of blood when you go upstairs.
You again!
I'm here for a different reason.
After last time, they tortured me. I thought they were going to kill me, just like I told you. It hurt so badly, I begged for death.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Just hurry, and tell me what you want.
You told Sokrates something, and I want to know why.
Questioning why the Pythia speaks is a strange thing.
I know why you speak, and I know who controls your voice. Tell me why the cult had you tell Sokrates he's the wisest.
The cult didn't tell me to say that. I did that on my own.
The cult wouldn't allow you to do that.
Which is why I was very careful. I seek Sokrates as an ally, but simply asking him to help wouldn't have worked.
An ally for what?
I know much of Sokrates. Not only has he visited me often, but his students do as well.
Get to the point.
You know the gods don't speak through me. I feel Sokrates is the one who can convince others of this. If he succeeds, the cult will have no more need for me.
So you're hoping he comes to the conclusion that the gods don't exist?
It matters not if Sokrates believes they exist. He needs simply to doubt that the gods speak through me.
I understand why you think Sokrates can help, but why tell him he's the wisest?
He'll delve into what it means to be wisest. It's my hope he'll conclude he's not, and therefore doubt the words of the gods.
If you just told him your words aren't from the gods, wouldn't that serve the same purpose? And much quicker?
Sokrates is not the type to desire the answer so easily. He'll have more drive when he finds the answer on his own.
This is getting complicated.
Whatever you do, you can't tell Sokrates.
I understand. He has to come to the answer on his own.
Exactly. Although, if you truly wish to help Sokrates, a student of his came by not long before you. He seemed distraught.
Distraught?
He was clutching a book tightly to his chest and kept looking over his shoulder. He told me he was going into a tomb nearby until things were safe.
Thank you. I'll find him.
Please, don't come back here again.
Find the board and take the fabulous.
Sorry for sharing my fear of doom.
What was that?
No.
You don't need to be scared now. I'm not with them.
That doesn't mean you won't kill me. You just want this for yourself.
I'm a friend of Sokrates.
You are? Prove it.
Sokrates is one of the most frustrating people I've ever known. He just talks and talks and talks. And it feels like he asks questions just so he can continue talking and talking and talking.
What you call frustrating, I call brilliant. But it's clear you know him well.
Why were those men after you?
For some reason, they wanted these writings of Sokrates's. Well, I wrote them, but it's all his words.
That seems like a strange thing to want.
One of them had a big mouth. He mentioned something about the priest at the sanctuary of Athena Pronea. He said this was the final thing they needed to get rid of Sokrates.
I've always been curious. What does Sokrates teach you?
So much. Follow him around for an entire day and you won't be able to sleep. Your mind will be so aflutter with thoughts.
I'm not sure I'd last a whole day with him. What drew you to Sokrates?
I've never met a man like him and I don't think I ever will again. Every day with him is one worth waking up for.
I'll take care of the priests.
Thank you. And... well... please. Give this to Sokrates. It hurts me to say this after all I've learned from him, but I have a family. I can't risk being caught up in whatever this is.
So you're going to stop being his student?
It feels I have no choice. Maybe one day that will change.
I'll be sure to give him the writings.
Thank you. Make sure he stays safe. The world will be a worse place without him in it.
That student gave me an idea. Xanthippe said there was a symposium. Maybe I can convince the others who were there to help Sokrates. I'm not sure why the priests want Sokrates gone, but I need to take care of them. Maybe I can convince them to stand up for Sokrates.
Do not students take what they learn from their teachers? What then if the teacher is wrong? Does that not simply perpetuate these wrong teachings amongst future generations?
You assume the students aren't wise enough to understand the flaws of the teacher. Think of those who came before us. First Thales, then his student Anaximandros, and then Anaximenes. Without the teachings of those before him, it's safe to say Anaximenes would not have reached the conclusions he did.
I don't think that's true at all. Oh, perhaps this new phase can offer a different perspective.
A student gets to take all the knowledge of their teacher without needing to come up with answers themselves. If they're smart, they should surpass those they studied under.
An astute observation. The time saved by receiving the knowledge allows the student not only to expand on the ideas, but to come up with more of their own. But what if the student expands on ideas without first seeking the truth behind them?
If we listen to others and take what they say as fact, we have only ourselves to blame.
So, no matter who is speaking, student or teacher, we must spend time trying to understand if what they say is even true.
Your appearance betrays you, Mystius. Clearly, you've taken on a teacher of your own.
Something like that. He's the reason I'm here. Sokrates needs your help.
Sokrates? Ha! If it's another debate you want, it will be hard for us to decide who hates that man more. Why would we help him?
It doesn't matter if he's your worst enemy. If they're willing to imprison someone like Sokrates only for his words, what's to say they won't do the same to you?
So, you want us to help out of fear of being imprisoned ourselves?
I don't care why you help. If I hadn't said his name, would you think it was right Sokrates was locked up?
If it's as you say, and it was for his words, then no.
And aren't you afraid it could happen to you, too?
Of course. If we can't speak our minds, what else are we to do?
If you believe that, then you should help.
Fine, fine. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Sokrates deserves our help, but we don't give it lightly.
That makes it worth even more.
We'll be on our way then. We'll gather some others as well. Make sure our voices are heard. Believe it or not, we're pretty good at causing a scene.
If you're like Sokrates, that's not hard to believe.
Wow, I've never seen someone convince them so easily before.
Is that so? I guess I should feel proud. I'm surprised to see a child here.
Is there an age at which it would suddenly be okay to debate with them? What then of the night before I turned that age? Should we be prevented from doing what we wish due to the world's view of us?
I regret doubting you at all.
Thank you. There are few things greater than gaining the understanding of another.
On that, we disagree.
Disagreements can lead to even more understanding.
You're the first kid I've met who'd rather debate than play.
Don't tell the others, but I'm envious that you're a student of Sokrates. I hope one day to be as well.
You're on the right path. What's your name?
Aristocles. Although I've never liked that name much.
It does sound like countless others I've heard around Athens. Why not choose another?
I can do that? Huh. My brother always had a problem saying my name, so he called me Plato instead. Perhaps I'll use that.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, I better hurry after the others. Here.
Τον ήπιον ποιείς.
Οι οφθαλμοί μου πεσεύουσι.
Now that all the priests are dead, they won't be able to testify against Sokrates. I should return to Sokrates before the trial starts. Sokrates, you're here.
I am.
What happened? The trial couldn't have taken place that quickly.
Had I been given the chance to defend myself, it would have been quick indeed. But unfortunately for me, I was let free before I could.
That's good news.
Apparently, those who had charges to bring against me were found dead. And evidence they claimed to have went missing.
It sounds like someone was looking out for you.
There were also some people protesting my arrest, I was told. I have to ask, did you have something to do with this?
Do you really need to ask?
No, but you still deserve the chance to answer.
Did you have time to find an answer for the Pythia's words?
I thought it would have taken much longer than it did, but the moment I stopped thinking about it, it came to me like a flash of Zeus's lightning.
So, do you agree with the Pythia or not?
The gods cannot lie. Yet, I know that I know nothing. I had to understand what it meant for one who knows nothing to be called wise. I realized that though the Pythia said my name, she did not mean me.
Who did she mean then?
That is not an answer I'd yet like to voice. It's one that people may not want to hear. And I must think on how I wish to share my new beliefs with Athens.
Whatever it is, be careful. I don't want to find you've been arrested again. We should get you home. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable there.
In some ways, that will be true. In others, well, Xanthippe will decide that. Being free feels good, but I don't believe Xanthippe will be happy with me.
She has a good reason to be mad this time.
We argue often about how I need to be careful with what I say and where I say it. This will only give her more cause to bring it up.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Oh, you misunderstand. I love it.
You do?
People see Xanthippe and believe it is her beauty that drew me to her. But it is her argumentative spirit I lust for.
Nobody ever likes that about me.
Having my opinions and thoughts challenged helps me to refine them and to grow as a person.
And she likes these arguments?
I doubt it, but it is in those fiery moments that her spirit is strongest, like an untamed horse.
Don't call her a horse to her face.
I'm afraid your advice is a bit too late. I wonder what that was about.
The things I do? Sometimes hard to know.
Let's hurry back before anything else happens.
You came back. Finally. I'm ready to return to Athens. I've had enough of Phokis and this talk of the Pythia.
You will be happy to hear I have no need for her words any longer.
Ah, then something positive came out of this after all.
I just remembered. A student of yours has been taking notes of your teachings. He wanted you to have them. What did you do that for?
Nobody asked him to write down my words.
Even so, why not keep it? Share it with others.
Because of a story I was told as a boy.
All right, let's hear it.
The king of Egypt, Thamos, was visited by the god Thephtha. Thephtha offered the invention of writing to the king and told him it was an elixir of memory and wisdom. But Thamos disagreed. He believed the people would no longer use their memories, for they would simply read instead. These written words would not offer true wisdom, but only the appearance of such.
You don't want your own words written down, so others can't use them to pretend to be smart.
Much like creatures in a painting, the words sit there unmoving. If you ask them a question, they will preserve a solemn silence. And no matter how many times you ask, they will only ever say the same thing. They cannot defend their message.
That's the part you like. The defense of your words.
All who speak should defend their words if questioned about them. That is why I choose to speak and write. That is why any words of mine that last beyond my final breath will be those that people choose to remember. Those words will be true wisdom and not an illusion.
What's your plan now?
After I return to Athens, there's much I need to consider.
You'll be careful, right?
If I have to choose between saying nothing and staying safe, or speaking up and risking my life, the choice is easy.
I should get going. I'm glad you're free.
As am I, although, if you allow me, there is something.
I doubt I could stop you.
We like to believe that action means progress, but it's control that's so truly desired. The more we do, the more control it seems we have, but the less we allow for others. If we grip too tightly, we'll find we've crushed what it is we're holding on to.
Meaning?
Meaning we must sometimes let life unfold without trying to influence the outcome.
I'll keep that in mind. I almost forgot. In your letter you said you had something to ask me. What was it?
You know, I've completely forgotten now. Take care, Cassandra.
Stay out of trouble, Sokrates.
Forge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
Just take me to my potter's house. It's in the port of Gechries.
What did those bandits want with you?
They said something about getting what they were owed, but I have no idea what they meant.
You've never seen them before?
Come to think of it, they did look familiar. A group of bandits has been harassing the port I grew up in for as long as I can remember. Here we are, Potter's house. So, does my enchanting rescuer have a name?
Cassandra.
Well met. I'm Lykinos, famed poet of Athens. I have come to visit my dear pater and brother. Speaking of which, Timotheos, I'm home. This is the lovely Cassandra. She rescued me on my way here. Where's...
Father's dead.
What?
He was killed a few days ago by local bandits.
And this is how you tell me?
I need to prepare for the burial. I suggest you do the same. For saving my brother. If you're as tough as you look, I could use your help with something else before you go.
Can you believe him?
We all grieve differently. Your brother just lost his father too.
Ever since Timotheos returned from the war, he's been different.
He fought for Athens?
For a little while. So did my pater. Now they're both fishermen. Or my pater was, I guess.
Give him time.
I'll leave the brooding to Timotheos. You're a mercenary, right? I want vengeance on my pater's killers.
Haven't you had enough bloodshed for one day?
That's why I'm hiring a Mystios to do the fighting for me. And my brother said he could use your help too.
All right, I'll stay and help. How should I track down the bandits Timotheos mentioned?
Their hideout is rumored to be just west of here, in the ruined temple of Zeus.
I'll make sure the bandits pay for what they did. Timotheos, you said you could use my help.
My father served in the Athenian military. He deserves a proper military burial in his Athenian armor. But that armor was stolen from our home not that long ago.
You want me to get it back?
No. My father said he saw the thief running out of town after he stole it. But the merchant should have some Athenian armor. Tell him it's for Diocles' burial. They were friends.
I'll get the armor for your father's burial. Kere, would you happen to have any Athenian armor in your shop? It's for the Ecclesi's burial.
Timotheos can buy his father's armor back if he likes. Won't be cheap, though.
What do you mean?
Diocles sold me his armor not too long ago.
Timotheos said his father's armor was stolen.
Well, I have it here and I'm no thief. I also have another set of Athenian armor. Not as nice, but it'll do for the burial.
Diocles' armor should belong to his son. Hand it over.
You think you can threaten me? It's not like I store a set that valuable with my normal wares. You'll find it over my dead body.
That's a chance I'm willing to take. Standard Athenian armor. I could bring this back to Timotheus. I need to stay hidden.
Did you hear from me yet? I've gotten cargo.
I should be ready to meet Lykinos and Timotheos at the funeral. A ledger. Lykinos' father owed a lot of drachmi to their leader, a man named Ipatos.
There you are. Do you have the armor I asked for?
Here's the Athenian armor.
This works. We'll be able to give him a proper burial after all.
Every warrior should be buried in their nation's colors.
Yes, that's true. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Now I just need an offering of oil for the ceremony.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It means a lot. I should go dress my father.
Mistios! Any news?
I took care of the bandits, Likinos.
Ah, I can breathe easier knowing my pater has been avenged. There's no chance those Malakas had any explanation for their heinous actions?
Your father owed the bandit leader Ipatos quite a bit of rachmi.
What business could he have had with that scum? What matters is that they've paid for their crimes. Thank you, Cassandra.
Now you can focus on mourning.
I should probably let Timotheos know about this. If you're staying for the burial, I'm sure an offering of wine would mean a great deal to my pater.
Timotheus asked me to pick up oil as well. Where can I find the offerings?
He did? I mean, you should be able to find what we need at the docks.
I'll be back soon. Wine? I could get the oil, or just head back to the burial. That's both of the offerings. I should head back to the burial.
How could you be so stupid? More bloodshed, Likinos?
Pater's death needed vengeance. I took care of it.
You took care of it? You really think you will end there?
Cassandra, you agree with me, right?
Timotheus is right. Provoking the bandits was short-sighted.
If I recall, you were less concerned when you were getting paid.
Someone else's father probably just died because of you. Then it'll be your head next.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
What? No, why would you say that?
You've been nothing but cruel to me since I got here.
I'm sorry, Likinos. I just don't want to lose you too.
We only have each other now that Pater's gone.
We should proceed with the burial. Did you find an offering?
I brought you both what you asked for.
Then thank you from both of us.
I can thank Cassandra myself.
I did what I could. I hope your father's journey across the Styx is peaceful.
Likinos, come. We must prepare the altar.
In a moment. I'd love to see you once more before you leave town. Please, find me after the ceremony.
See you around, Mistios.
My dear Cassandra, over here. Do you have a moment? I was hoping to have the chance to thank you for all you've done.
What did you have in mind?
Poet may be my day job, but there's more to me than that. I am also a very talented cook. Allow me to make you a fabulous meal.
I'd like that.
Great. There's just one thing. I'll need a little help hunting down some ingredients. Literally.
You're treating me, you said?
After all we've been through together, surely you can agree that I'm a lover, not a fighter.
A lover, huh? We'll see.
I hope so.
What do you need me to hunt?
This dish calls for venison. Any of the beasts wandering nearby should do. Meet me at the cliffs near the Ipermnistra camp once you find some.
That's a start, but Likinos will need more. This should be plenty of meat for Likinos' dinner. Beautiful view.
It certainly is. Did you manage to hunt down our food?
Here's the meat.
Perfect. I'll get started. Please, make yourself comfortable.
was delicious.
I told you I could cook. Was the food worth it?
A few deer are no match for a mighty Misthios.
I wish I had your skill. And confidence.
Fighter or not, I'm sure it takes a lot to be a renowned poet in Athens.
I may have exaggerated my accomplishments as a poet a bit earlier. The truth is, I'm not just home for a visit. I ran out of drachmi in Athens.
Why lie to your brother about this, or to me?
Timotheus has always been my father's son. In every way. They both fought for Athens, they both worked in the family business. Timotheus' path was never for me, so I left for Athens to strike out on my own.
You're afraid of what he'll think.
He'll say it was irresponsible of me to leave in the first place. And he's right. I don't have any drachmi, or means to earn it.
You're an amazing cook, Lykinos. If you're looking for a way to make a living, you should start there.
I guess everyone needs to eat. Besides, any skill that impresses you is worth pursuing.
You never answered my question, though. Why lie to me about your career?
Isn't it obvious? I didn't want to appear a failure to you. From the moment I met you, I knew you were amazing.
I'm just someone who's had to fight every day of my life.
Still, you saved my life, Cassandra. I'll never forget that.
Well, I'm glad I did. This has been nice, Lykinos.
It really has.
Am I interrupting?
This is where I used to practice sparring with my father. After he retired to the fishing business, he lost interest. But I kept up the practice on my own.
Sparring without a partner isn't a real challenge.
Are you trying to goad me into a sparring match, mercenary?
I might be interested in some friendly competition.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Are you scared, Athenian?
Fine. Let's spar.
Let's see what you've got. Are you okay? You fought well, Athenian. Timotheus? Timotheus, what are you doing?
No! Stop! Stop! No! No! Stay back! Get away from me!
I'm not going to hurt you.
Don't you get it? I might hurt you if you don't stay away.
You're not going to hurt me, Timotheus.
You don't know that. I don't know if I could stop myself right now.
I know you're stronger than whatever this is.
When I get like this, if I lose control for even a second, the terrible things I see myself doing.
Timotheus.
No, no, no! Stop! Stop!
Just calm down.
Like it's that fucking easy!
You're safe, Timotheus. I promise.
I need to be alone right now. I'm sorry.
I should check in on Timotheus and Lykinos at their father's house. What's happened here? This looks like one of the bandits that killed Diocles. Whoever did this didn't take anything. Lykinos, are you all right?
They took him. The bandits who killed my pater took Timotheus.
Where did they go?
To the ruins of Mykine. Please, you have to help him.
Timotheus, we have to get out of here. Timotheus?
Where are they? Cursed Spartan dogs. Where are they hiding?
You're safe, Timotheus. I promise.
You're one of their spies.
Timotheus! What are you doing?
Lykinos? I'm so sorry.
I'm just glad you're all right.
You saved us once again, mercenary.
In more ways than one.
The famed Eagle Bearer hasn't saved you just yet. It's nice to finally meet Diocles' boys.
And you must be the man responsible for my pater's death.
Responsible? Your father was one of my best smugglers before he screwed me over.
Our father would never work for you.
He had no choice. Dear Diocles liked to gamble. With my support, he could place bad bets all day long and keep that lovely home of yours.
Something tells me your support came with strings attached.
Hardly. Diocles and I were partners for years before I killed him. Unfortunately, a man who gambles with another man's drachmi stops being a gambler and turns into a thief.
You got your payment, in Diocles' blood. What do you want with Lykinos and Timotheus?
Diocles may be dead, but I haven't received my drachmi yet.
You expect me to pay?
One way or another, yes.
Can't we come to a more peaceful arrangement?
If the brothers can't pay, there's nothing left to discuss.
What about you and me?
You? Maybe there is something the great Eagle Bearer could do for me.
Well, what is it?
There's a man in Corinth. He's my biggest competitor. I need him taken care of, publicly. Big guy, swears a lot. Can't make it 5 steps into Corinth without hearing about him.
You mean the monger?
Exactly. Oh, and Eagle Bearer. His death better be a bloody spectacle. Otherwise, the debt goes unpaid.
Thank you for saving me, Cassandra. There's something I've been meaning to tell you.
I need to tell Cassandra something too.
I'm sorry for running from you the other day. It wasn't how I really feel about you.
I would never leave you.
What I mean to say is I shouldn't have run from you and I want to be with you.
I'm the only reason you even know each other. The fates have spoken. The gods brought us together. I feel it in the fiber of my soul.
I just like you as friends. Both of you.
I see.
If that's how you really feel...
Well, thank you again for saving me. And for everything.
Goodbye, I guess.
Misthios, may I trade your time for wealth? You look wiser than the average mercenary. Perhaps you're nearly as wise as Athena herself.
You speak plainly, Auntie.
I speak the truth, Cassandra.
You know me?
Don't pretend to be ignorant of your infamy, Cassandra, the Eagle Bearer. I have a series of tasks I thought someone of your reputation could handle. But if you feel you're not up to it...
What kind of tasks?
To begin, I have a test of judgment. Which god is more dangerous, Poseidon or Apollo? The answer lies in a nearby tomb.
This is just a riddle.
Riddles are telling, and rewarding when I give them. Prove your worth to me by going to the graveyard near the sanctuary of Athena and solving it.
Fine. I'll figure out this riddle. A golden plate marked with the sun. An offering dedicated to Apollo and his youthful strength. Lions are a golden beast with manes like the sun. Surely they are the favorite of Apollo. Does that make him the more dangerous god?
You! I know who you are. Athena sent you to kill me.
Why would you think that?
I was to be tried for murder, but a great fire burned up the courts and all the records. I walked free. But lately I've heard Athena in my dreams saying I would meet justice. And here you are.
An old woman hired me to come here. You weren't part of that contract. But lose your temper and I might change my mind.
I know what Athena told me. I'll face my death blade first. In the name of... To the death!
I've seen all there is to see here. Now to answer that woman's riddle.
You spent enough time in the graveyard. What did you find?
How did you know I actually went?
I have my ways.
Is there dirt on my sandals? A look in my eye? It seems to me you're good at figuring people out.
Perhaps. But I want to know which god you think is more dangerous. Poseidon or Apollo?
Why are you so interested in knowing?
Because I have two tasks that require the attention of Amistios. But I can trust the easier task to nearly anybody. I'm going to assign the more dangerous one to you, naturally.
Both of those gods may be dangerous. But I met a man who claimed Athena sent me to kill him.
How strange. If she could hear your words, I'm sure the goddess of justice would be amused.
There was a farmer attacked by a lion while he harvested his crops. An attack by a golden beast under the shining sun. Surely that is the work of Apollo, making him the more dangerous god.
Gold is a seductive danger in many ways. Yes, Apollo is a sensible choice.
I'm glad you agree.
You've wisely considered the subject. I approve. Take this. It's for your judgment.
You ask for my judgment, but you seem to be judging me.
Am I? Consider this. Lions don't usually eat farmers unprovoked.
So you think something is pushing the lions to behave strangely?
I'm sure you could find out what that is and help the locals with their lion problem. You'll find them in Argolis, east of the Hypermnestra camp.
I'll see what I can do.
We don't get many Mistios around here. What's your business with us?
I'm here to take care of your lion problem.
How do you know about the curse of beasts?
I visited the tomb of a farmer who fell victim to the curse of beasts. You have my sympathies.
Thank you. It's comforting to know that strangers from afar will show us kindness.
Tell me more about this curse.
It's horrible. Lions have been attacking our village, slaughtering livestock and ruining food stores. And then, one of them killed my nephew. The lion ran away, a leg hanging from his jaw. It's nearly indescribable.
Strange that it didn't eat the man whole right there.
You have the cold reason of Athena to notice that. The lions are swimming all the way from Aegina Island to attack us. No one dares set out fishing nets anymore.
I'll track down these beasts for you.
Thank you. May the gods let you remove the curse on us.
Bloodstains from a recent kill. A recent fire? But Who was here to make this? Footprints. Someone else is alive on this god-forsaken island. Someone's living here. I should speak with them. What are you doing here? This island is dangerous.
Dangerous for you, maybe. My brothers will take care of me.
Your brothers? You mean the lions?
Yes. Once we hunted together. Now that I'm sick, they hunt and bring me meat. When my strength returns, I will rejoin them. I'm nearly well enough now.
The lions are attacking the villagers across the water. Their leader sent me here. Do you understand what those beasts are doing?
Lions do what they must. Though I suppose if I was better, they wouldn't need to hunt for me. Some olive tree bark should make a good medicine.
I'll find the medicine to help you. Once you're better, this lion curse should be lifted.
Thank you. There's a big olive tree on the west side of this island. Some say Athena herself planted it.
This should help with that man's illness. May this cure your illness.
Thank you. You can tell those villagers my brothers will end their hunt.
The lions were killing to serve their masters. I helped him, and now he has called them off.
What strangeness is that? A human was the source of our curse? Well, I'm pleased you dealt with him in any case. Here, have this.
Thank you. Time to return to that strange woman and tell her what happened here. Lions won't trouble that village anymore.
I had nearly no doubt you could do that. My question is, how did you judge best to solve their problem?
I helped the man the lions were hunting for. He promised to lead them away, and I believed him.
A compassionate response showing great faith in people. Why do you think this decision is right?
I do what anyone can do. I consider the situation and make what I believe is the best decision at the time. If I'm right or wrong, only time will tell.
Ah, yes. I believe I understand you better.
What's to understand?
Everything in this world is worth understanding. A reward for demonstrating your wisdom.
Thank you. Is that all you want?
Not if you wish to enrich yourself further. You have already faced an island full of lions. Would you discover the secrets of an island wreathed in fire and smoke?
I'll see the truth of this island.
Good. You're very nearly impressing me.
Oh, really? I should be impressed.
I would like to send you to an island of smoke and flame, but an associate of mine still has my key to the vault within. Without it, your trip would be in vain.
Are they as strange as you?
That's nearly amusing. My associate lives in the graveyard you visited for me earlier. He lives as a hermit. He'll have time to talk, even to you.
I'll go reclaim your key.
I knew you'd be back. The owl knows. She's Athena's favorite bird, you know.
I'm here for the key to the vault.
What are you doing here? That's nearly ridiculous.
So, you're telling me it's not here?
I hid it somewhere safe. It's underwater in the Ariavigny shipwreck.
That doesn't sound very safe.
How could it not be safe, surrounded by so many defenders?
Why do I never get the easy jobs?
Who knows?
I found your key. Your associate certainly kept it well protected.
He ought to have. I paid him well enough to do so.
Where exactly are you getting your drachmi from?
I have very few needs and spend only on what I find important. I'm very nearly thrifty.
Now that I have the key, is there anything else I need to prepare to visit the Island of Fire?
You tell me, Misthios. Do you feel prepared to explore the foundry of Hephaestus?
Wait, you're not going to ask me a strange question first?
Perhaps I'll think of one later.
I'm ready to explore that island.
Very good. You are proving your worth.
Am I now? I'm impressed.
There is an island swathed with clouds of smoke, where the earth blazes with fire. It's called the Foundry of Hephaestus. A legendary helmet is kept there. Bring it here so I might study it.
Seems like a dangerous journey for just a helmet.
It's not nearly the only treasure there. You can keep anything else you find.
All right. I'll go to the island and find the helmet. It is said that the warrior woman of advanced age brought so much chaos to the people of Lake Tritonis that Perseus himself arrived to take her life. And some wise people say that was Gorgophone, enjoying her last act of rebellion. This helmet seems common, but it's been carefully hidden. I should get it back to that woman. That burning island and trapped tomb? You could say they were nearly a challenge.
Even for you. You exaggerate, Eagle-Bearer. But did you find the helmet?
Of course I did. But how could you have known about such a terrible place? And who are you to send me there?
Who do you think I am, Cassandra? Some say I show great wisdom. Others say I am wisdom herself. Tell me, who do you think I am?
You sent me to a graveyard where I met a desperate man who said Athena herself had sent me to kill him. But I suppose that could mean he only thought you were Athena.
It's unwise to give too much credit to the rantings of a madman.
Then you sent me to a village threatened by lions with a strange wild man at the center of it all. Was that a divine test of wisdom, or just a coincidence?
You sent yourself to the village. I only provided the opportunity.
Finally, that strange hermit with the key. He was even under a statue of Athena's icon, the owl. Did you set that all up as a joke, or is there truth in his beliefs?
So many thoughts in that head of yours. It's nearly too much to contemplate. Make your decision, Cassandra.
It seems you want me to believe you're Athena. Mysterious riddles, a helmet, of all things to find. It's clever, but obvious.
If this is the case, it is I who should congratulate you on your cleverness. Here, show me the helmet.
I hope this was worth it.
You have great faith in humanity. I hope you see it for both its potential and its failings. I'll make an adjustment and... Yes, I think this will be best suited for you.
Thank you.
I hope you've gained some wisdom from this journey.
Yes, I've learned that profit can come from the strangest sources.
Come here.
What is it?
Some merc calling himself the Eagle-Bearer came to Alponos offering to help out. Nice kid, and I've heard his name before. I thought to myself, Megacles, that's drachmi well spent.
I don't know who's been using my name, but you're going to tell me everything you know.
What is there to tell? He came in, had some little bird with him. You know how legends go. One day he gets a bird, next he's called the child of Zeus.
She, and I do have an eagle.
I see that now, don't I? But I paid this other Eagle-Bearer a small fortune to get the villagers ready for a pirate invasion.
By the look on your face, I'm guessing that didn't work out.
It didn't. Then I sent him to bargain peace, but he botched that too. The pirates are coming, and we don't stand a chance.
Next time, hire the real Eagle Bearer. But I'm listening. Does the village of Alponos have a militia?
Not enough. But if you get out there and stop the pirates before they land, I'll give you all that's left in the treasury.
I'll stop the pirates from reaching your shore. Then you're going to help me find this Eagle Bearer imposter.
I'll help you kill him myself.
Where are the pirates sailing from?
We saw the pirate fleet forming north of here.
How big is their fleet?
Just 2 ships, but they may have hundreds aboard. They make it to us, we're dead.
I'm going to find the one using my name. When did you last see him?
He came in with the last merchant ships, but I haven't seen him in days. He won't be easy to find, but if you sink the pirates, I'll track him down.
Time to show the pirates what the real Eagle Bearer can do. The pirates are Poseidon's problem now.
What have you done? Didn't you hear me screaming? You sunk our reinforcements!
Those ships attacked me! I fought back, that's what I do.
I sent a message to the supply ships to disguise their sails. Look like a pirate and sail in unseen. Those ships had supplies and troops.
Now you tell me?
Didn't think I had to say don't sink the fucking reinforcements! Without those troops, we need to get these villagers ready for battle!
I'll do it. I don't see an armory, though. Where's the smith?
He hasn't worked since the last Eagle Bearer was here.
I'll get him making swords. Can the villagers ride?
For salt workers, they're not bad. And there's a horse breeder in town.
I'll talk to them.
Though we can't just arm them and tell them to fight. There's only one man who can rally the people. Claims to be a reborn Ajax the Lesser. Find him and get him back.
So, where's the blacksmith?
The forge caught fire. The smith's in the village, but you'll need to help him rebuild before he can work again.
Tell me more about the horse breeder.
She knows horses better than Poseidon. Get her to put a mare under each of these villagers, and we'll have a chance.
If dead heroes are anything like me, they don't like being impersonated. Are you sure this Ajax guy is a good idea?
Let the dead judge us all they want. We need to shake the fear out of these villagers. The last time I saw Ajax, he was headed to the hills southwest of here, on the northern border of Phokis.
Tell me what you know about the one using my name.
He came in with a vicious little bird. Called it Icaros, something like that. Anyway, said he'd help, then made things worse at every turn. So far, you two have a lot in common.
The villagers will be warriors when I'm done.
If it isn't the new Eagle Bearer.
Trust me, I'm a lot better than the last one.
Look, you want to be useful, new Eagle Bearer? Get back the stallion the other one of you lost to the pirates.
I can get your stallion back, but we're going to need a lot more than one horse.
What for?
The pirates are coming, and at least with mounts, the villagers have a fighting chance.
Sure enough. But I bred this one just for Megacles himself. Without his stallion, he isn't riding into battle. You ever seen a general strutting into battle?
Not a good one.
Exactly.
Where did the stallion go?
That other Eagle Bearer rode him east past the salts. Came back and said some bandits stole him in the night. Imagine that.
I need to find this other Eagle Bearer.
Wouldn't mind giving him a piece of my mind too. If you find him, punch his bird right in the beak for me.
His eagle?
Ha! It was barely a chicken.
I'll get back Megacles' stallion. Then you and I are going to talk about getting horses for everyone in Alponos. Let's go.
You're back safe.
Here you go. When the real eagle bearer says she's going to do something, she does it.
There, Princess Butterfly. Eat up. Let it flow through you.
What are you doing?
The first of you eagle bearers rode east to find this fruit. Said that the horse that eats it turns into Pegasus. Leave it to the gods to hide it in plain sight.
Why not take a bite yourself? Maybe it'll turn you into a Pegasus too.
Don't believe me? For how much I paid, this fruit has to be real. Here, watch this. Wait! Fly, Pegasus, fly!
Are you the blacksmith?
I was. Then another Mystios, an eagle something, came to help. Kind young man.
I heard the eagle something made a real mess of things.
The poor boy lit my forge, but somehow caused the fire to erupt. Flames everywhere. I can barely see now, or move my hands.
But you're the only smith in town, and pirates are coming. We need you to start making weapons.
No need to worry. Old Calipidis has a few good blades left in him. I just need some space to work. Those stone blocks would make a fine table. Could you move them for me?
Sounds easy enough. You could crush someone with these things if you're not careful.
Excellent work. Well, what next? I suppose we can't make weapons without iron now, can we?
I have more than enough to share. Have some of mine.
Well, this is certainly better than when that other Mystios came to help. All a good smith needs now are his tools.
Your tools? Really?
The eagle something said they were stolen by a small group of bad eggs. They rode west of here, but I'm not sure where.
I'll get them. Then you'll be ready to work?
Of course. You've been so kind to this old smith. I thought I'd never work again. But your generosity has changed all that.
Why would common thugs want old tools? I've got your tools right here.
Ah, what a day. You should be proud. You've given this old man purpose again. Now, if you could just set those aside for a moment, I'll get started.
Calipidis? How's your day, girl? Not worse than mine, I hope. Poor Calipidis. These people are cursed.
God's forsaken helmet. An adorer! You simply must tell me, what do you think of the helmet? I just got it.
I think it's all right.
I knew it. It's ancient, but it's like it was made for me.
Whatever you say. You're the one who the villagers worship?
I don't know about worship, but they too call me Ajax.
Then I'm bringing you back to Alponos. Pirates are coming, and I need someone to inspire the villagers to fight.
Didn't you hear? Our ships were sunk by some crazed Mystios. Now bandits are banditing anyone going in or out of the village, and there's no one to stop them.
I'm the Eagle Bearer. Smart bandits know to stay away from me. Now let's go.
You don't look anything like the other Eagle Bearer. Are you or something?
That's Ajax's helmet?
But of course, it gives the wearer immortality. I paid the other Eagle Bearer a fortune to find its whereabouts for me. Then I set off to retrieve it as any hero would. I was on my way back when...
There is no other Eagle Bearer. Get that through your thick helmet.
People of Alponos, rise from your salt mills, descend from the white crystal hills. Lokris is under attack. The great Ajax has returned, now with a true child of Zeus, the real Eagle Bearer.
You are not Ajax, and that new Eagle Bearer pushed sweet Nikia off a cliff with a general steed.
Nonsense! I am Ajax reborn, and we will now prove to you I am immortal.
Enough! Prepare yourself, Locrians. You must choose to stand and fight, or let the pirates invade and destroy your homes.
This'll be easier than I thought. Now, light me on fire.
What?
It's okay. This is a magical helmet. The other Eagle Barrier told me it will protect me. You light the fire, the people will see I'm immortal, and then they will eat out of our hands.
If you say so.
I will now endure pure flame to show you the gods bless us. The gods want us to rise to battle, and I'll prove it by surviving Athena's wrath. Any moment now, the Eagle Bearer will light me on fire.
Fuck! I'm on fire!
It hurts! The helmet's not working!
Oh, the gods. This is going to be a long day. This could not have gone worse. This has been a long, long day.
Tell me you're living up to the reputation of the real Eagle Bearer. You're back just in time. How's Nikia? I heard she's trained a stallion for me.
Nikia's dead. She thought your horse was Pegasus and rode it right off a cliff.
She what? All right. We don't need horses to fight if we have weapons. How many has Calipidis made?
Calipidis had an accident.
What kind of accident?
The really bad kind. He didn't see some stone logs. He walked right into them and...
Enough! Without weapons, we're doomed.
We haven't even talked about Ajax yet.
Did you find him?
Ajax had this helmet that he thought would make him immortal.
And?
It didn't.
Ah, Malaka.
Tell me about it.
I would ask literally anyone else, but what choice do I have? I need everyone with a blade fighting with me. You can at least fight, can't you?
Let's go.
Not a lot of people would have been honest with me the way you were. I respect that. I just hope there's still a chance we can make this right.
I will do everything I can to save these people. You fought well.
As did you. Forget what happened before. We're alive because of you.
Don't need to thank me, Megacles. I'm just glad the people of Alponos are safe.
You may not want thanks, but you deserve it. I promised everything in the treasury, and that's what you're getting.
Now I need to find my impersonator.
I can help. I found this note on the pirate leader. They owe him a lot of drachmi. He was hired to sabotage the town.
Making invasion easier.
Their plan would have worked if the real Eagle Bearer hadn't shown up. What will you do when you find him?
I'll think of something.
Moro! Moro! Και τέλος, πάψε.
The actual Eagle Bearer. That explains why the invasion failed.
I've been stuck cleaning up your mess since I got here.
What a glorious mess it was. When the pirates paid me to soften the town's defenses, I didn't think it would be so easy.
People are dead because of you.
I didn't kill anyone. But you did. We make a great team that way. I steal some tools, or blow up an old man's forge, send some young idiot into bandit-infested mountains, lose a general's steed, then watch you turn it into pure chaos.
The fact that Megacles and the pirates both paid you is just a bonus.
Everyone pays to hear lies. They want to believe.
Time for justice.
May her wrath rain down on both of us.
Chicaros! Unlucky. I'm going to feed your corpse to Chicaros, you stupid bird. Eagle Bearer.
Look, you insignificant peon. Tell me where he is, or by Ira, I'll burn this clinic to the ground with you in it.
I already told you what I know.
I don't ask much. Hippocrates must show humility to ensure public order. Prostrate himself before the gods and declare that his skills are God's given.
But that won't help his patients. It'll just take him away from his work.
If Hippocrates thinks he can disrupt social order to make himself into a demigod of healing, well, perhaps the gods themselves will have their revenge.
I'm sure there's no need for raised voices.
Who are you?
I'm looking for a man named Hippocrates.
Yet another crazed follower of the madman himself. Tell your impious master that unless he makes a public apology, and soon, this priestess of Ira will gather an army of faithful and shut him down. Out of my way.
Oh, thank all the gods she's gone. I thought she was going to kill me this time.
What's going on?
I am Sostratos. Chrysis has accused my master Hippocrates of impiety.
Is he impious?
He believes that beyond praying, people can take their health into their own hands and make themselves well.
Fascinating. Can I speak with him?
I'm sorry, he isn't here.
I need to meet Hippocrates. Is he in Argolis, at least?
Yes, but he's gone southeast of Hera's watch to help the sick and injured.
Is this his workshop?
It's Hippocrates' clinic. Here we study healing, offer treatments, and provide care to anyone who asks.
Why not work with the priests in the sanctuary of Asclepios? It's what this region is known for, right?
The priests try their best, but their methods are stuck in the past. Hippocrates is researching new cures and treatments.
I'll find him.
If you're going to meet Hippocrates, could I trouble you with a small errand?
Depends what it is.
I want you to bring him some equipment. He was in such a hurry, he left it behind.
What kind of equipment?
Just medical necessities. Knives and gut for sutures, bandages, Oh, and an enema bag for clearing the bowels.
That had better be properly wrapped. I could bring that to Hippocrates.
Really?
I'll be sure he gets the equipment.
You have my thanks.
How will I know when I've found Hippocrates?
Follow the road southeast of Hera's Watch to the Cave of Pan. He won't have set up far from it. Look for a long line of sick people. He's balding, but I wouldn't mention that if I were you.
So, what has caused this man's condition?
An excess of phlegm, Doctor.
In the immediate sense, yes. But more importantly, he suffers from neglect.
Neglect?
Good food, warm clothing, so much could have helped. But since other caretakers assumed his condition was a punishment from the gods, they neglected him.
Challenging tradition. You must be Hippocrates.
Yes, I'm also very busy.
This will only take a moment. I won't keep you away from your patients. And your students?
Observation, experience, and experimentation are crucial for treatment. My followers are learning that.
I've come from your clinic in Argos. Sostratos asked me to give you this.
I knew I forgot some things. Sostratos is a good physician, but a better apprentice, there is none. Did you ask him to pay you for this delivery?
No. I knew this would help you and your patients. That's good enough for me.
Quite admirable. What did you say your name was?
Cassandra of Sparta.
Well met, Cassandra of Sparta. What do you need?
I've been searching for a Spartan woman.
What makes you think I would know her?
I was told you may have helped her a long time ago.
Maybe the priests at the sanctuary of Asclepios can help. They keep detailed records of all who pass through.
Please, Hippocrates, I came very far to meet you.
As did this patient, and the one before him, and the one before her. My patients need me, but my notes on diseases of the mind were taken. Retrieve them, and I will help you find what you seek. Hurry, this patient doesn't have much time left.
According to Sostratos, you don't like people mentioning your... you know.
My what?
Your hair. Or lack of it.
Yes, yes. Make your jokes while walking around like one of Phidias' sculptures come to life.
Where should I look for your notes?
For Tyrins, not far from here. Perhaps they'll return them if you ask.
Or they could prepare for a new battle. With me.
Far be it for me to tell Amistios how to work, but please, for my sake, do not kill needlessly. Enough blood has been shed in this war.
Did Chrysis take your notes?
Ah, you've met the priestess. No, not her, but the local military commander. I can't fault his desperation. Those men suffered terribly from battle fatigue.
She would have come here a long time ago, with an injured baby. Are you sure she would have passed through the sanctuary of Asclepios?
I was a young man then. When I encountered a situation beyond my skills, I would send the patient to the sanctuary.
And these priests keep records of their patients?
Yes, engraved in stone. The elder priest might remember.
What was so interesting about these notes?
They were my notes about diseases of the mind, including what the priests call the sacred disease. That's what this patient has. He's losing control of his limbs and throat, sometimes frothing at the mouth. I fear his breathing will stop next.
I'll do my best with what you've told me.
Good luck. We're depending on you.